Hi guys, I just got myself into a conversation on Facebook where we're actually talking about self-love. So I've sort of got the Facebook post on the screen just behind my phone that I'm recording on here. And we started talking about self-love, and it's quite interesting. In fact, I might just read out the original quote to you, which I haven't had permission to do, but I think it's a quote anyway. It says, "Love yourself first and everything else falls into line." You really have to love yourself to get anything done in this world, which is great. And it's really true. It's massive. But my little comment was something like, if people could really see how true this is, we tend to see something wrong with the concept of self-love, or maybe a lot of people don't get it. Um, if you'd have said to me, even probably 3 years ago, that self-love was one of the biggest, I don't know, secrets to transformation, to feeling fulfilled, to being happy, to being successful, I probably wouldn't have had a clue what you're talking about. In fact, to be honest, maybe even 2 years ago. Um, but I was starting to understand it then, and once I did understand it, a lot of things massively clicked into place for me. And if you'd have said to me before that was going to happen, I'd have said you were from outer space. Now, someone else has put a comment now after my comment that says, when I read "Love Yourself," this is my first reaction. That sounds selfish. Surely it should be "Love others." And then she's gone on to say that she's going through a transformation. There's a lot she doesn't understand. And she said about false ego, which I mentioned. So what's going on for most people is that we've all got mind chatter going on. We're all blessed with this mind ability to think, but it's a very surface level thing, this ability to think. It's like another sense that we've got, and it's not who we really are. It's not our main identity. So what's happening with most people is this thinking entity that they've got going on most of the time. People think that that's who they really are, and everything that the mind chatter does and says they identify with. They think that is who they really are. But if you think about it, and this is like really hard to explain, that's not who we really are. What we really are is like a part of nature. We're like something that's been created over millions of years. Um, there's one way I like to sort of describe it or talk about it is that there's so many parts of you that you're not even in control of. You're so much sort of a part of nature and not a part of you that there's more things you're not in control of. Like this mind that you've got isn't running this being that you are. It doesn't. Yeah, you can like change your breathing if you consciously think about it, but you don't have to do the breathing. You don't have to pump your blood around your body. You don't have to digest food. All you have to do is find it, hunt it, eat it, put it in your mouth, and then once it's in there, there's nothing you have to do with it. You don't have to grow older. Um, you don't have to do anything to hear things. It comes into you. You don't have to do anything to see things other than be awake at that moment in time. Dreams happen to you. Thinking happens to you. You're like not in control of so much that's going on, but we're blessed with a mind that gives us this ability to redirect what we're doing with some of those things, to override, to I don't know, go for certain goals that we feel we want to do. So we're not just like going around eating food, digesting it, reproducing. We've got more going on. We have some choice in what we want to do. I'm very aware that I said some choice there, and I think that's quite important. So self-love becomes important is because when you realize all that really you're the nature, you're the life behind this thing that we are, and you're not just the thoughts that go on. The thoughts is like a tool that we have. Then you can allow your thoughts to focus on doing things that are good for nature. Like, so many people look after their pets better than they do themselves. They look after their gardens better than they look after themselves. When they're out in nature, they're looking after it, they're admiring it. They wouldn't dream of doing some of the things to things out in nature that they do to themselves. Now, I'm not saying that so that sort of you feel guilty for eating crap or smoking or drinking or not looking after your health or whatever. What I'm saying is, and this is how it happened for me, was like many years of trying to be a better person, trying to transform, trying to get out of addictive habits, trying to stop committing crimes, trying to stop lying to people, all those things that I did. Gradually over the years, and it took some time, I came to this sudden realization that really I'm not who I thought I was, that I am nature. Then that gradually just got more and more. And basically my suggestion is that you hang around with people who have had these realizations. And it's like I would never, I don't kill spiders. Now, actually, that's not true. One of my kids was going absolutely mental about a spider the other day, and I thought she was in a real bad state, so I killed the spider. In fact, there's a chance I didn't kill it, but I grabbed it and put it outside, and it may have died. But anyway, I don't do that sort of thing anymore. It seems that I'm going to end up being vegetarian now, which is really weird to me because I was pretty close to being carnivore before, and very sort of meat and eggs, low carb, high fat sort of diet. But I just don't feel very easy eating meat anymore. And I think these sort of things just gradually come as you realign yourself with nature, realign yourself with who you really are. I'm not saying like, oh, that's the answer, just go out and do it. But these things sort of come. It sort of came the other way for me. I was gradually getting better, gradually learning ways to integrate better with society, to stop breaking the laws, to stop drinking heavily, to look after myself. Just working on all those things gradually came to this realization that actually self-love is massive. And now that I'm in that place where I have self-love, it's not this where this lady said, I see it as it should be love others. Actually, when you love yourself, you see yourself as the others. It's all the same thing. And that makes it really easy to love yourself as well as the others. So you just begin loving everything. It's like a massive, for me, it's been like a massive sort of spiritual awakening. So I wasn't a spiritual person before, although I did read the whole of the Bible as a teenager, but just because I found it really interesting. I wasn't religious or anything. Um, but yeah, it's been like a massive spiritual awakening for me, and I feel like now, although I find it kind of weird to talk about it, that I'm just like a spiritual person. I call myself, when I'm talking to myself, a spirit soul. I treat myself as a part of nature instead of like this separate entity that's a victim, um, and has to do like drink alcohol to get away from it all. I just feel like fantastic. I hope that made sense. Like, that was just like all over the place. Came an immediate reaction to reading a post and a comment. Any questions, hit me up. Anything else you want to know about that, follow me on all the channels at Happy Chap Chris, Chris Lloyd on Facebook. And yeah, any questions, just ask away. Cheers guys, take care, have a good day.